There we are. We're back. It's Capitol Underground on Nippertown. We're sponsored by Putnam Place and Post Hotel. I'm Ralph Renna, and these just kind of popped up out of nowhere, and that's what we like Capitol Underground TV to be, is like, maybe we'll let you know about it. Maybe we won't. So some cool things are going on. Nipperfest is going to be happening July 23rd at the Music Haven. Nippertown Radio is going full force, and we're calling out to tonight metal bands, hardcore bands, punk bands, hip-hop, soul, blues, jazz, comedy. Do you have your original comedy in MP3 form? 2 or 3 minutes, 4 minutes worth, little bits? Send them in. Poets. We're going to expand a little bit more. You are musical entertainers as well, as far as I'm concerned. So all genres are welcome. So tonight we are here for a specific reason. We're here to talk about a band who's been around for a few years because they started quite young. And Nippertown is very, very happy to be like a sponsor on the Brick by Brick, U.S. tour coming up. And July 8th at Empire Live in Albany, there is going to be a really big show. Okay, we're talking Brick by Brick, Powerhouse, Cutthroat, Violent by Design, Concrete, Oakheart, and of course, the band we're going to bring in right now, and that would be Breathless by Dawn. So we have John number 1, we have Chris, we have Sean, and we have John number 2, and then Tim is on his own because he couldn't make it into the depths of hell with the rest of the band. Hello, boys. How you doing this evening? What's going on?
Doing good.
What's going on, Ralph?
I'm good.
Going,
Tim,
man?
We'll start with Tim. He's on his own. Tim, how come you're on your own tonight? Tell us about it. We want to know, and tell us the long version of that story. Why are you on your own tonight? Why aren't you with the boys?
I honestly just ate dinner. I'm just 10 minutes away from those guys. I just figured I have it on home office, and why not use it? I'm with you guys digitally.
Yeah, he's with you digitally, bros. Okay, so we're all digital brothers tonight. I know it's strange for me too, because normally I would have a band in a studio at a radio station, and to do this, and here I am just outside of my bedroom. This is my office, and here in the corner, way out here in Wynantskill, New York. So Tim, where are you right now? What town are you in?
I'm in Cohoes, New York. Tim is the fellas.
Yeah. Chris, you guys are all over there in Cohoes. Is that where everybody lives?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how we all met.
Okay, so I guess
Little town.
Yep. All right, I'm going to refer just to one guy at a time so we can just kind of get answers out of just one person. No confusion is enough just doing this. I know it's just weird and it's strange. So we'll start with lead vocalist Chris Manupella. Tell us about the beginning of the band. Were you here that you were here in the beginning of the band? This has always been something you've been with?
I was. And Tim is my brother. Sean is my cousin. And I was in high school, 15, and they asked me to join as the bass player. And that was I think it was, I had been jamming a little bit at that point.
Yeah.
We were just getting started. I was 15 and I'm turned today, so we're still doing it.
Happy birthday, man. So you guys are over there partying, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys over there drinking, having a good time?
Yeah.
So is that why Tim didn't go? He's like, oh, it's a work night. If I show up over there, I'm getting drunk with those guys and I'm never fucking coming home.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It's been a long time. So who wants to kind of start with, because what we're doing is we're putting, there's probably 15 or 20 people already logging in now. So now that we got some people signing on, please, if you guys want to comment questions for the band in the chat, you can do that. You guys probably have tickets to sell for the show coming up on July 8th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so you can contact the band directly. We're going to be checking the chat real quick here. Actually, does anybody know this Doug Martin guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He says that he's congratulating you guys on the big show. Yep. And he can't wait to see you live again. Yep. He misses band practices. Sean McEwen. Do we know him? Okay. All right. So this is what the fans are already saying. We haven't even gotten into this yet. So let's talk about the beginning of the band. I want you guys to educate me. If you are out there and commenting right now, please, and you're on the Nippertown page, or if you're seeing this on my page, please share this so we can get the word out about Breathless by Dawn. So who's going to start with the story? Go with Chris. Go ahead, Chris. Tell us the story in the beginning, or whoever.
I'm pretty certain initially it was Tim on vocals. Sean was the drummer, still is, and Johnny was the bass. And then I came on board as a bass player. We were playing on the earlier days. We were playing a lot of Bogies shows.
Oh yeah,
Bogies was
almost
our home.
every.
So that was pretty much the inception of the band. We had this kid Dave become our vocalist, and Tim hopped on guitar. Right, Tim?
Or no, I actually left for a couple of years.
Man, you guys are fucking confusing me already. But
Yeah,
so what I like about this is that you're all multi-talented and plays drums, plays bass, plays guitar. So okay, keep going. I'm going to mute myself so I don't interrupt.
So he left for a brief period, and the picture that was shared with the Nippertown Records that is supporting us, Dave, myself, Sean, and John Wilsey over here. So that was the life force of the band. Obviously, Tim has been on and off, recently involved, and he was an original member as well. So
Right.
Yep. All these guys here.
Absolutely.
And as time has pushed on, I think it was formed the band?
Yeah, in the summer. And that's when we got everything solidified, moved forward. And then we got a lot of help from Valeni Bogies, and we got like a little bit of an established following there.
That's where I first saw you play, and I think I saw you on the boat too as well. I think it was the boat and then the Bogies I saw you at. So when you guys all started playing, you were teenage, right?
Chris was.
I was 15.
We were early 20s.
Early 20s, yeah.
Yeah, I started a couple years ago.
I was like 25.
And then what was it? Probably 2 years ago, he came on as bass player. So roles, there was a hiatus period where we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We took a hiatus for about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Yep. We saw each other at we decided that we should get back together, and
Then drop.
And
okay, so you took some time. You took some time off, a little time in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to. I'm gonna go over to Tim now because Tim's over here by himself. All right, Tim. We're gonna go to Tim. All right. So Tim's by himself. He's feeling a little left out. Tim, you got a red light? Maybe you could shine it. Could you put the shades down and get like a dark light on you or something so we look like you're in hell, like the rest of the band?
I wish I did. I gotta add that in this room.
And before we actually went live, Tim, you were saying that you played most of the leads on the first demo. So the Reverb Nation that you guys have is basically older tunes. So Tim, go ahead, tell us about the recording process and writing process of those older tunes, and then we're going to get into what you guys are about to be doing, and we're going to try to raise you some money to record that goddamn record.
Yeah, so the recording process was great. This guy, John Nazarenko, out of Saratoga, is that right, Wilsey? The original recording. He had this nice place in Saratoga, and it was
right on the lake.
Within a couple weekends. We had practiced like our set of songs so many times. We came in there and we were gonna do 3, and we did them so quick that he was like, let's do some more, and it flowed, and
Doug Martin says Wilsey rocks. Doug Martin said Wilsey rocks. Okay, just so you know, if you see the comment, I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up with our viewer comments. So you made it into that cool studio. Did you guys record just an EP or did you record a full length CD?
I think it was a 5-song.
Yeah, so there's an EP. Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have the original anymore, the CD, and we used to have like a lot more. We have 3 songs to listen to on the Reverb Nation page.
Right.
There were more. We have to get a contact. We'd like to. I think one of our friends has the original album that we recorded, and we'd like to get it back out there again. But
Trying to get.
So what about now that you've reformed? So how long has it been since you reformed the band? What was the year? Now let's go back. I know you said it, but I kind of missed it.
It was 2018.
Guys, what year was
at a
that?
Skinless show.
Okay, at the Skinless show. Okay, so there's something we could talk about. I'm going to move over here to the guys in Blood Red, the rest of the band. Okay, Tim. So we'll get back to you over here with beautiful sunlight. And what kind of plant is that behind you? Do you have a nice plant behind you?
No, I have
barbells.
two longboards.
Okay. All right, you're a board rider. All right, we'll get back to that. So let's start with John number 1. Now, John's the youngest of the group, right? John, are you the newest one? The newest one, I'm talking to you. So, John, what are like your influences? Like, what kind of stuff made you want to be in a band? And we'll start there.
So I pretty much was raised around metal. I was always a big metalhead, loved old school death metal.
Yep.
I was growing into it, playing orchestra. Then I moved to Cohoes from Albany, and lo and behold, I found a nice band that I joined in USA. Yeah, and just kind of stuck.
What was that? What was the first band?
Ever since I just graduated.
What was the first band you were in? What was the name of it? Was this band right here, Breathless by Dawn?
It was this one right here.
Say it again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. What about you, Chris? As far as I mean, you definitely have some family influences. I know I remember you being a younger kid and then seeing you out at a show, but I used to jam in a band with your uncle Nick Mandupello, and I know your dad's a huge supporter of our scene and was back then.
Yeah, I grew up on band Murderers Row for years. He was an original member, guitar player. And that Sean and Tim, they had a band, State of Insanity, that I remember going to see them play. I couldn't have been like 10 maybe.
Yeah.
And I remember watching them Saratoga Winners. Yep. And that was the first time I'd ever seen like infatuated right from there. And lo and behold, 3 years later, I'm playing with them. From the influences from my uncle who taught me to play the guitar, and Tim as well. Just inevitable that I was going to be in a band. It just happened naturally. And I haven't stopped.
So you were saying, or I don't know, I don't remember who said it, but one guy said something about Mike Delaney was helping you out at Bogies, and it helped you build a following quickly. So yeah. So how was that though? Like you go from being a band, like you're in the basement going, "Now we're gonna play a show. It's gonna be awesome no matter what." And now you're bringing out people yourself, and you're the draw to the show, you know. So that's gotta be a good feeling.
Yes, sir.
Yep. All right. Well, let's move on to Sean. Sean, as far as musical influences, was it family members? Let's throw some band names out there. What were the first earliest memories? How old were you when you first heard that band?
I was like, let's see, my uncle is Bob Bolak, so he's from Skinless. And
there's a connection. My God, this is the children's super group of super groups. I forgot that now. So it's been so long. And I was gonna say, I know one of these dudes is someone I know. So Uncle Bob Skinless. Yeah, so that's right. And is there another one in the band? Which one of you is related to someone else that I know? Wow, this is great.
Ralph,
this is great.
Ralph, Bob's my uncle too, and Nick's also
Bob?
my uncle by marriage.
Wow.
So me and to add to what Sean was saying, me and Sean as teenagers, we would go to local Skinless shows.
Right.
So like we had crazy exposure like with the scene then.
So that's what makes it kind of work even more is because you guys are blood.
Yeah.
And if you're not, you're family.
Absolutely.
Not by blood. So
Absolutely.
so that's what really makes a band work. And like you said, you saw your guys all saw each other in Skinless show, and you're like, let's do it.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to
Yeah.
on to Sean as far as influence go. So if I bug out like that, just go with me because it's like, all right, Bolak, Manupella, you're going into my era. You're going into my era of bands when I was in Last Call and so on, you know. So
Yeah.
so Sean, musical influences. Let's get on that, Sean.
Listening to like Skinless, and he would practice in my basement. My mom, sister, and I've heard Disciples of a big band, and then I've heard the beginnings of Skinless down there. So I was a little kid listening to, and it was just it just grew from there. Just wanted to do exactly what they were doing.
So you're possessed. So you're possessed. So you're possessed.
All with the
Okay.
metal.
All right, continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just have to throw them jerk comments in there once in a while.
You're good. So
Go ahead. Continue.
I was like 16 drum set, and my uncle, showed me how to play, taught me a beat, went from there, grew, and I think I was about when me and Timmy went to our first hardcore show, and that was at was it Valentine's?
Yeah, we went to
It was
one there. Yeah.
Dying Fetus. Dying Fetus, Gobble.
Also
And I
Skinless.
believe so. So
Right.
it was like right then, knew I'm going to be on that stage, do what these guys are
So
doing.
it was more of a death metal thing for you, right? It was a death metal thing for you, right?
Absolutely.
So for me, like I grew up and I was listening to Kiss and I was young and I had the first solo albums. I had all 4 of them. And I got moved from a public school to a Catholic school, 2nd grade. And I'm listening to fucking Kiss and I'm digging it. I only had the solo albums. I didn't even know what the regular Kiss sounded like. I just liked their faces on the album. And I got moved into a Catholic school. And my mother came home from one of the first, parent teacher meetings, and she's like, "I'm sorry, but we have to take all your Kiss records away from you. It means Knights in Satan's service, and we can't have those. And I will buy you 8 new records if you let me throw those away." I said, "Okay." So she came home with Andy Gibb, The Village People, Barbra Streisand, like all this shit that I kid at 8 years old. Oh, I want to see dudes spitting up blood. So I think after that I rebelled and went into the classic rock and the Beatles and Led Zeppelin. But it wasn't until I went to my first hardcore show and I didn't know about really. I'm really. This is gonna sound fucked up coming from a metalhead, but I didn't know about Metallica, Slayer. I didn't know about those bands, but I knew about Sick of It All and Sheer Terror. So I learned about New York hardcore before I even learned about the metal, thrash metal that was behind it all for years. So yeah, everybody's got their own path. All right, John, number 2, right?
Yep.
John,
So I
number
have
2.
a
What
lot
about
of,
you, man? Someone's got to have a filthy
Similar.
past of listening to some bullshit Eminem or something. Come on. I love Eminem.
I went to Catholic
Sean.
school.
You did? Okay, so the Catholic school, now fully tattooed. It just didn't work. It didn't work for me. I think I rebelled. 8 years old, throwing away my Kiss albums. So what do you got, John? What were you listening to? What really made you go, fuck, I love this. I want to go to these shows and I want to be in a band. I want to make this mosh music. That's what I call mosh music.
Well, I got introduced to like heavy. My brother-in-law, who was in another local band from the Air Wing, but he brought me to my first show at Saratoga Winners, where I saw Shad, Hatebreed. It was just this amazing mix when metal was like bass and as hard and heavy as it could get. So a big like death metal, heavy metal and like grindcore. I grew up listening to Skinless, Dying Fetus, Arsonist.
So you guys are all death metalers. All of you were death metalers right from the get-go. And that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, sir.
I'll take me some Deicide any day.
So Deicide for you, huh?
Sometimes, yeah. Honestly,
what do you call
them before?
You guys, are you guys looking down below? Are you looking down below here and you see Chris Manupella? Pops is saying, "What's up?" All right, so look at those comments now. I want you guys to see that because your people, your friends, your family are all chiming in, and even though they're not asking questions, they're giving you words of encouragement, and that's awesome. So, Wilsey, you seem to be the favorite. Wilsey, you seem to be the favorite. I don't know why people are replying. Right. So it's Mr. Manupella's birthday here, and these guys want to go record.
Hey,
and with cheers, there we go. Now the biggest problem with bands wanting to go record is having the money to go do it. So I'm going to encourage your fans to not only buy your merch, buy a ticket for your show coming up on July 8th with Brick by Brick at Empire Live. But when you go to their merch table, remember that, hey, Ralph Renna asked me to donate $20 to the band. So let's just start some shit online and see who can and see how quick we can raise some money. And whoever the most responsible person with money is in the band has to hold it. Because I know me, I wasn't good with band money. It just was not. It was not good way back in the day. So, but yeah, I think that maybe you guys should look into. I think they're similar to a GoFundMe, but it's more like a Indiegogo or something, and they are sites that fans and people who get turned on to your music will fund your recording of your next CD. So there's a few suggestions, but I think with a strong fan base like you have, let's just let people hand you cash. Right? Cash is good.
Hey, Ralph.
Do anything with
Ralph, can I?
The fans are the number one. So.
I just wanted to add. I was thinking about it. We have like 19 songs unrecorded.
19 songs unrecorded. So you guys could get in there and record a double album. But you don't want to do that. You know what you should do? You should quickly get in there and record a quick EP, 4 or 5 tunes. Get it out there because it's time. You're out there playing again, man. Yeah, definitely. And then just release it, man. 19 unreleased songs. So are you playing some of these old songs that are featured on the Reverb Nation for Breathless by Dawn?
Yeah.
Are you playing some of those old songs? Are you playing some of the new tunes?
At the show,
July 8th?
At the show, we're playing Crematory and Dissolve. That's on the Reverb Nation page. Those are 2 of the older songs.
Big songs.
Chris is the birthday boy. Here's the comments come up again, guys. All right, I'm gonna try to focus on the comments for a minute because I just want you all to see what everybody's saying. I want to have Wilsey's baby, said Randy Smith. New coasters just dropped. Come see Paige and I at the merch table for the next show. You guys got coasters or koozies? You have beer koozies, right?
Yeah.
There they are.
Beautiful.
So I was looking at those today. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have some drinkers tonight. Now, crowdfunding. See Chris Itini. Just see the comment up, guy. This is Chris Itini, the lead singer of the local rock band, the Hard Luck Souls, and Chris suggested crowdfunding because that allows you to make money. They take their cut. You get the money. You go to the studio, and you can do it. Now, what are the chances if, say, $1,000 was raised for this? That would be plenty to go record 4 or 5 tunes. Which one of you would definitely rather spend it on beer?
I think we love the band more.
All right, good. Good. I was testing all of you for that. I was testing all of you. Go ahead, Chris.
I
was testing you all for that. Right. I want to see some new music. You got 19 songs to record, man. You got to get in the studio and do it.
Dude.
So we recorded a basement demo in this very basement, just so we could have some music out there. It has that like old school death metal aesthetic of a nice show. So that's out there. We'll have that at the show too.
Do you guys have a PayPal or a Venmo address for the band?
No, we don't.
That's what Fuzz from That Fuzzing Rock Show is suggesting. Hey man, we're trying to raise you some money for this new recording. I'd love to see it put out.
You guys
put out your own record.
We
Yeah, your fans are definitely behind you, man. You put your Breathless by Dawn music out on BBD Records. You know, you just create your own label and just do it. DIY, baby. All right, we got some more suggestions. All right, so Randy Smith said he would donate, and I'm guessing right now, if you all start dancing. All right, I'll even dance. Don't threaten me. Don't threaten me with a good time, bitch. Don't threaten me with a good time. All right. Christ. Randy's always making me do stupid shit. No. Randy's always threatening me with stupid shit. All right. These guys need a new CD. I'm all for supporting you guys. Chris Pell is here. So, yeah, you definitely have supportive family. You have supportive fans. And you guys seem like I said to you, you are already blood. You are already family. And it seems to me like you're all really good friends. So that's going to be the success for a good band. So July 8th at Empire Live. Is this your first time playing there?
No.
Is this your first time playing there? Yeah. Okay. So tell us about the first experience at Empire Live. What show was that?
Weedo Code. They were the headliners. The Phoenix the Raven. I think there's one band on By Design.
Yes, sir.
I think ever since we got back as a band, Violent by Design has instantly on every show that we've played.
Yep.
It's just been working out fantastically that way. A lot of their friends, so it just creates this happy little gathering. Yeah.
Amazing.
We want to keep the metal scene going.
John needs a signature guitar.
It was fantastic. We were blown away with the space and
we can't hear you.
Was I talking?
Yeah,
okay, got you now.
I'm here. Fucking monster spider crawling up my wall right now. I hate spiders. I'm gonna freak out, guys. I may throw my computer across the room. Actually, it's not a spider. It's a ant crawling up my wall.
Oh boy.
So you played Empire Underground. Was it Empire Underground that you played the first time?
Yeah.
Yep. Place was fantastic. We were blown away.
The sound was amazing.
Yep.
If you actually look on our YouTube of the show, you can go ahead and check that out. It's Breathless by Dawn on YouTube.
So yeah, Breathless by Dawn 518. I'm going to go back because I believe Breathless by Dawn official is Instagram.
It is.
Breathless by Dawn is Breathless by Dawn is the link on Reverb Nation. And if you search everywhere, you're going to find it. The band Breathless by Dawn. Your Facebook as well too. You guys obviously connect with other bands. How do you find that? Do you find it hard? I mean, not every city has a Mike Valeni. Not every city has it to where you have to go through the bands and not through the clubs and try to connect. So have you been building relationships over the years with bands out of town? Now, how's that part of it coming along? Because this sounds to me like the next step. And even if it's just because I only did it with Last Call, I never did any big tours, but we did some Weekend Warrior shit where you go out for 2 days in a van, 3 days, or you go travel to one, come home, travel to the other. You guys are going to be doing some that kind of stuff. Is touring in the plans for Breathless by Dawn?
We're hoping for some them like probably short, like close to like maybe to Massachusetts, New Jersey, maybe.
The Weekend Warriors.
Like,
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah,
probably more.
exactly.
Yeah.
there.
I'm just
Absolutely.
Willing to sell our
You're willing to sell your soul. All right. Does anybody have any questions in the chat? If you'd like to chat some questions for the band, you can do that as well.
guy.
I'm having a good ass time. I don't know about them. I don't think they want to go anywhere. So what are the plans for the birthday celebration tonight? Are you going to go out after this? Nothing. It's it. It's over. Work tomorrow. Everybody's got to work.
I got work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Sadly,
this is the party right here. This is the party. I mean, we're really, God, this is a great opportunity, man. You got to seize the moment.
Who's Timbo Slice?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't Timbo Slice that
It's a great
boxer? That's you? That's your nickname?
Yeah.
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 That's all right.
It's my stepdad Chris calls me
That's
Timbo
right.
Slice.
So Jared says John needs a signature guitar. So that's cool. Let's talk about endorsements. Now, really, it's something that's so simple to obtain. You guys ever thought about getting like a guitar endorsement, a simple string endorsement, a pick endorsement, drumstick endorsements? John needs a signature guitar. So John, if you had your own signature guitar, okay, what would it be?
It would probably be some sort of Ibanez model for sure. He's been a big fan of Ibanez, and I feel like Ibanez is the
Why
best
is that?
for some heavy.
What drew you toward the
I
Ibanez?
don't know.
Because for me, I was like, I owned a Les Paul, but the only reason I wanted one is because I saw Jimmy Page playing it, and I wanted an SG because I saw Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath and Angus Young playing it, and I own an SG now, and I like that better than the Les Paul. So an Ibanez. So what would it be called? What would it be called? A JP Ibanez? Or whatever, a J, whatever your initials are, or JBBD or whatever, you know?
Me and this other John have the same exact initials. It would be some sort of jaw model.
Okay, all right.
with
Ibanez jaw.
yeah.
Guys, anything else you want to talk about before we say goodnight for the night? Because I think we've had some fun. We've danced. We've drank. We've laughed. None of us cried. Thank God we all took our fucking meds today. But I want you all to go check this band out, especially this. I have a big point to make. It's when you're put on a big show like this, and I'm going to actually, guys, I want to just, before we go anywhere, I want to just show everybody what the hell this show is all about. So you all can hear me still. So July 8th, Breathless by Dawn is going on at first, okay? They're going on first. They're going on at probably 6:30. It says at 5:30 doors, show at 6:30. When it says that, get there at 6 so you don't miss the fucking band. Oak Heart, Concrete, Violent by Design, from Los Angeles, California, Cutthroat, from Oakland, California, Powerhouse, and of course, from here in upstate New York, Brick by Brick. It's their tour kickoff party, July 8th. And you can get tickets through all of the bands that I just mentioned. But since we're here now, you want to contact Breathless by Dawn on Facebook, or you guys want to throw an email address out for me, and so where they can get to you. Want to put your phone number out there, and maybe some weirdos will sext you guys later. Not me. I will not be sexting you, John.
Let's go with the weird.
The weird shit? Okay. All right, so
We have an email. It's breathlessbydawn5 at
and how about the Facebook page, Breathless by Dawn 518? If people contact you there, is someone checking that every day?
Oh yeah, you respond. We're
All right. Any last words? Any? Okay. Any last words? Who's going to go first? How about Tim over here by himself?
Any last words? I'm looking forward to it.
Who's that? Mike Valeni? Is that what you're saying over there? One at a time. Chris? Go ahead. Restate what you said.
We just want to thank you to Mike Valeni especially, and Brick by Brick as well. I mean,
Yep.
be able to kick off a tour is a privilege and an honor. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, you guys should like,
Michael
you know what you should
Years.
do? Yeah. Do you know where they're playing
Thank
like
you.
the next night? Well, no problem, dude. Absolutely, man. I'm glad that I could. And I'm going to tell you, you know, and when we were approached by the mayor of Nippertown, Jim Gilbert, and he said to Fuzz and I, he said, I need you guys to hook up these bands because we're presenting this tour and we want to do the kickoff party. And I'm like, excellent. I want the three opening bands who need to get out there, have a good fucking time. I want to give them some exposure. So thank you for doing it, because, you know, it's not so much about the big, and I even explained it to Valeni. I was like, you know, Breathless by Dawn, Oakhart, who I'll have on next week. We'll be interviewing Oakhart, and then I'll be having Violent by Design on in a couple of weeks, because Mr. Chris Sober just had himself a baby, and he's a daddy. So any other last words? Yes, absolutely. Any other last words before we say goodnight?
I just want to say
To all of our fans,
so...
please keep an eye out for anything coming up.
Okay. And then you can always email me, ralph@nippertown.com. Thanks again to our sponsors, Paulie's Hotel. Hey, guys, I'll see you guys later, all right? We'll talk soon. Thanks for being here tonight. Breathless by Dawn, Paulie's Hotel, and Putnam Place are our sponsors. Now, this week, I didn't put together a podcast because I wanted to focus on these video interviews. And Paulie's Hotel and Putnam Place, since the beginning, have been our two most loyal sponsors for the show. Paulie's-hotel.com, PutnamPlace.com. You got Albany's oldest tavern. You got the nicest premier music venue in Saratoga, New York. And I don't feel like we're competing all of that because we're promoting two different areas. Of course, the monster down there in Albany, Empire Live Albany, Empire Underground, and July 8th is where you guys want to be for that big show. I'll be back next week. I know we like to just pop up and do these. I'll be back next week, and slate for next week is another band playing this big show, and that's Oakhart. So don't go anywhere, all right? Please don't go anywhere. And remember, facebook.com, Breathless by Dawn 518. All right, so I guess we're going to say goodbye for the evening.